And the Grammy goes to Die with a Smile, Lady Gaga and Bruno.
Thank you.
Human being, you're a musician for the ages. I don't know music without Bruno. It is a privilege to be a songwriter and a producer, a musician.
Lady Gaga's latest Grammy win. So we put on our detective hats and did some serious digging. And we're here to break down all the juiciest bits for you. Get ready, because this deep dive is going to be a wild ride.
14 Grammys, that's a pretty major accomplishment. It's more than just a number. It really shows her impact on the music world.
14. Seriously, at this point, shouldn't we just start calling the award the Gaga? This latest one was for Best Pop Duo/Group Performance for Die with a Smile, which, by the way, is a total earworm, with Bruno Mars. But what really stood out to me was Gaga's speech. She was talking about how she just wants to tell stories that connect with people's hearts, and how Die with a Smile is like a piece of her soul. It's super heartfelt, but don't most artists want that? What makes Gaga's approach different?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, while a lot of musicians try to create that emotional connection with their audience, I think Gaga's approach is different because of her vulnerability and, her intentionality with her message. She's not just singing about love, she's putting it out there like it's a force for good, especially during these kind of crazy times. Remember, she actually connected the song's message to needing more love in the world right now.
Right, she did say love is what we all need right now, which is a pretty powerful statement, especially considering everything that's going on. But okay, beyond the message, I'm also curious about the music itself. What makes Die with a Smile so captivating?
Well, Die with a Smile is like a perfect example of a modern pop ballad.
Yeah.
The melody is simple, but it sticks with you after just one listen. The harmonies build and build throughout the song, which creates this emotional intensity that just explodes during the chorus. And then, of course, you have Gaga and Mars's voices blending together.
Yeah.
It's powerful, but also really intimate at the same time.
Okay, wow. I'm impressed you really broke that down. And speaking of breaking things down, let's talk about Gaga's shout out to her little monsters. She even threw in a lyric from Die with a Smile, saying, "Wherever you go, that's where I'll follow." I mean, come on, that's like next level fan service, isn't it?
Yeah, what's really interesting is how Gaga uses these little moments to build a strong sense of community with her fans. It's not just about acknowledging them, it's about making them feel seen and heard and like they matter, By using lyrics in her message, it's like an inside joke, a shared language that brings her and her little monsters closer.
It's crazy how these little things can tell you so much about an artist and their relationship with their fans. Now, before we get too caught up in Gaga world, we can't forget about Bruno Mars. His speech was all about divine collaboration and how he thinks God gave us the song to sing together. Do you think that's just typical award show humility, or is there something more to it?
Honestly, I think Mars is being genuine. You can really feel his respect for the creative process. And he believes this collaboration was something truly special. It's about letting go and recognizing that sometimes amazing things happen when artists come together with open hearts and minds,
And Gaga seems to be all in on that collaborative magic too. She called Bruno a musician for the ages and said, "I don't know music without Bruno." That's some serious mutual respect there.
Yeah, definitely. It shows how important it is in the music industry to recognize and celebrate each other's talents. Gaga and Mars are both amazing on their own, but when they acknowledge that shared passion and musical connection, they just take their artistry to another level.
Totally. Okay, so now for the fun stuff. Besides winning a Grammy, Gaga also debuted her Abracadabra music video at the awards. The third single off her new album, Mayhem. Talk about a busy woman. But what's the deal with this video? Give us the scoop.
Well, visually, Abracadabra is classic Gaga. It's got that mix of surreal imagery, bold fashion, and a whole lot of symbolism. It plays with ideas of illusion and transformation and taking control of your own story. We see Gaga changing into all these different characters, embracing her wild side, and ultimately becoming the boss of her own narrative.
Sounds like a visual masterpiece.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the video that connects to the Mayhem album specifically? Any hints or Easter eggs for fans to go crazy over?
Oh, for sure. There are definitely some clues hidden in there. For example, the colors in the video match the album artwork we've seen, which suggests that there's going to be this consistent visual style for the Mayhem era. There's also this recurring image of playing cards, which could represent risk or chance or even fate. It's all very mysterious, and I bet fans are going to be analyzing every single frame.
Smart move by Gaga. Releasing a music video during the Grammys is like a guaranteed way to get everyone talking. Speaking of buzzworthy moments, Gaga and Mars also performed California Dreamin'. as a tribute to those affected by the wildfires. That seems like a pretty big change from all the pop anthems and music videos.
Yeah.
Why do you think they chose that song in particular?
I think choosing California Dreamin' was a very deliberate and symbolic decision. On one hand, it's a reference to the song's connection to California and the feeling of loss everyone's experiencing because of the fires. But on a deeper level, it taps into that message of wanting a better world, a sense of hope in the middle of hardship.
So it wasn't just a simple cover, they were trying to say something. It's a reminder that even when you're celebrating, there's always room for empathy and support.
Exactly. It shows how music can be more than just entertainment. It can offer comfort and unity and a sense of shared experience, especially during tough times.
And it ties in perfectly with what Gaga said earlier about music's power to touch people's hearts. It's not just about catchy melodies, it's about using your influence to connect with people on a deeper level. Wow. It's amazing how much you can learn about an artist from just one event like the Grammys. We've gone from analyzing speeches to dissecting music videos to talking about the power of a well-chosen cover. It's been a journey.
It really has. This deep dive has shown us that Lady Gaga isn't just a pop icon. She's a really smart artist who knows how to use her influence.
Yeah, she's not afraid to speak her mind, whether it's through her lyrics or a powerful performance like that tribute. So what's the big takeaway here? What do you hope listeners will remember from our Lady Gaga deep dive?
I think the main message is that being an artist is about so much more than just making kitschy music. It's about connecting with people emotionally, using your platform to do good, and always pushing those creative boundaries. Lady Gaga is a perfect example of that, and it's something we can all learn from, whether we're artists or not.
That's a great point. It reminds us that art can be such a powerful force for change and connection and even healing. And sometimes you just got to look a little deeper to find those hidden meanings.
Exactly. And who knows what other amazing things we might discover if we keep exploring the world with open minds and curious hearts.
Well said. And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up our Lady Gaga deep dive. But hey, the conversation doesn't have to end here. What other artists inspire you with their creativity and their commitment to making a difference? Let us know. We're always down for another deep dive. Thanks for joining us.